I can speculate all I want. I don't know exactly what pushed me to make this decision. But one day I woke up and I decided, I'm gonna get my show on Netflix. Immediately. This is that story. Having no idea how to do so, I decided to go to Google for the answer. Seems simple enough. And I was also lucky enough to stumble across this course, Pitching Your Show to Netflix, by Stage 32, which I watched over and over and over and over. I quickly came to the realization that before anything else, I need a really awesome story to tell. And luckily, I already had one in mind. I still plan on creating this show, so I'm not going to give away the details, but it's a 12-episode series, 20 minutes each. I really took my time and effort in writing this story, and after about 3 months, I finally had a story that I was extremely proud of. There isn't much else to say about the writing process other than that it was probably one of the best times of my life, and it made me realize how much I love writing. So after I finished writing, I had a choice to make. From what I've learned to sell your show anywhere, the most important thing you need to do is minimize all potential risk. And a way to do that is by getting a high-end producer, actor, or director. So now there's two problems. One, I don't have access to any of these higher-up people. And two, I want to direct this thing as well. I may have had an easier time if I was just selling the script, but my goal is to be a writer and director, so that isn't an option. So not only am I a nobody in the industry that's trying to sell the screenplay to a multi-million-dollar company, I'm also the same nobody that's trying to direct that same project, who doesn't have any recent good short films to prove his worth. There are risk and red flags literally everywhere. So, I came up with a plan. First, I had to make a choice, whether I was going to write and direct an entirely different short film and then tackle my show, just so I could get my director's ball rolling, or I just shoot the pilot episode of my series as a proof of concept to show what I could do. And after careful consideration, I decided to shoot the pilot episode of my series. So here's the game plan. Step 1, shoot the pilot episode. Step 2, attach a somewhat high-end producer to the project. Step 3, create the best pitch document of all time. In my mind, if I did these things, I'd knock out the most important risk. So from then on, I went on Backstage, created documents, got locations, and eventually formulated a team together. It came down to 5 days of shooting, and we had a budget of $500. So from March to July, I did nothing but pre-production. Now, it was time to shoot this thing. What's up, guys? It's currently Wednesday, July 14th, 7:06 p.m. and we're starting filming in a couple hours. I mean, it's really it's supposed to be I don't know, it's supposed to be tomorrow, but it's basically starting tonight because we're shooting at 2 in the morning. I don't know, I'm not super nervous, but I definitely have butterflies in my stomach. Joseph and I, we got the lenses, we got food, or some snacks. I couldn't really afford much, but who knows how it's going to go. I hope it goes well. I'm going to do everything I can as a director to make sure it goes smoothly, but we won't know till we know. So, till then, I'll log off. See you guys in the next one. Yeah, everything went wrong. I didn't get that much footage because I was absolutely wrecked, but it wasn't great. So for starters, our call time was at 2 a.m., and everyone slowly but surely showed up, and everyone was there early at 1:30. So we're waiting for one last person, our cinematographer. I called and texted and called a friend, and turns out he was asleep. Of course. So I get into my car and I jet over to his house as soon as I could. I knock and rang on the doorbell for 20 minutes before his dad finally answered. So eventually we make it back 45 minutes after we're supposed to shoot, and now the whole cast lost faith in me. It was a very amateur thing that made me look bad, right at the beginning of our first day of shooting. So we go to use our boom pole. It was dead. And to top it all off, in the middle of one of the scenes, the sprinklers for the park went off. So after the rough 2 hours of filming, we're finally done with the night scenes. So everyone went to chill in their cars. And I literally just laid down on the cold, wet floor for 2 hours, thinking about how everything was going terribly. I almost wanted to give up, but I knew I needed to finish this no matter what. So the sun comes up, we continue filming, and at about 10 a.m. we wrap the first day. 2 out of 10 would not recommend. So guys, day 2, We are currently going to my aunt's house in Eastvale. It's an hour and like 7 minutes away. So we got a little bit of a drive ahead of us. But yeah, today should be pretty chill. And see you guys when we get there. There isn't much to say about day 2. Overall, it was pretty chill. And it was a pretty okay day of filming. But in comparison to day 1, it was so much better. So I'm thankful for that. We even got a cool shot with this fish tank. 7 out of 10. All right, Matt, tell us where we're at. What just happened?
We are at, what is it called?
Lazinger High School, I think. Currently setting up the classroom, moving some stuff around. Matt's getting his audio ready.
Yep.
And there's my brother. So what's up? All right, so the scenario is main character, Milo, him right there. He made a film, and all of you guys made films, and we're going to watch them all on the projector. And when his film comes on, you guys are all going to laugh at him because it sucks. That's pretty much it for today. After a pretty bad start, day 3 turned out to be one of the greatest filming days. Honestly, my favorite. I had so much fun this day, and it really made me fall in love with directing. It was the first day on set where I actually felt like the man, and that we're actually making something special. After an amazing day of filming for day 3, day 4 was a pretty whatever day. We waited until nighttime to shoot, and the scene was very long, so it was okay. I mean, 7 out of 10. Last day of filming actually started off really bad. Alright guys, it's currently 2:14 or so p.m. of the final shoot. It's supposed to be a super chill day. We mixed up our scheduling, Sean and I, and he has work. Long story short, the other main character of the show wasn't able to make it for the final day of shooting. It was literally only one shot, but unfortunately he had a really important job to do. So we were left figuring out how to get this final shot. Sean's not gonna be able to make it. So let's see, we'll just see what happens. Boys, we got Jake and Sean. Oh, that's not Sean, who's that? Dude. So I ended up messaging my friend Justin, who I've never actually hung out with before. We just been like friends on Instagram, and surprisingly he was down to come through to fill in as a body double. So he clutched up, and I'm really thankful for that. But I was really happy to finally have shooting over with. But I was also pretty sad. It was the last day we would all be together on set like this, and I was gonna miss it. After filming, it took a lot of time with a lot of setbacks, but we're finally able to finish the project. The story of post-production can be a whole story of its own, but to put it into perspective, we finished filming in July, and the final cut wasn't finished until January. What's up? So I'm making the pitch document right now, and I was watching, I was reading my old scripts and stuff. I don't know, let's see. I just feel like it's trash, honestly. I don't feel like any part of my project's good. At one point it did, but right now I'm not feeling it at all. It's like I outgrew my project, I don't know. But yeah, I don't get hyped when I read it anymore. I don't imagine it like I used to. So it's just very saddening, so. I don't know. The final project, after all that work, it turned out to be mediocre. And that's being generous. It definitely landed more on the side of being bad than good. I went around and showed different people, getting some mixed responses. But yeah, not gonna lie, making something that sucks after putting in a lot of work hurts your morale a bit. I was able to muster up some hope and went ahead and created my first pitch document, practiced my pitch, and drove over to the local Starbucks to pitch my project to my mentor Joe. He watched it and all seemed well. He said he would get in contact with his people and see what they say. And after months of waiting, the only response I got was, "He's very raw. He needs to improve a lot more." So needless to say, I didn't get my show on Netflix. In fact, I didn't even get close. Oh, I mean, come on. I had to clickbait you into watching this video somehow. From the beginning, I knew there would be a 1 in a billion chance I'd actually be able to get my show on Netflix. But I hung on to that 1% and I treated it like there was a 100% chance. And I did this for 2 reasons. For one, there's no point in doing something and not believing that you could actually achieve it. And 2, although it was unlikely, I really wanted to go through the process of writing, directing, editing, and then pitching. I thought it'd be a really good experience just to get overall. I believe I can make it to the stars. And even if I didn't make it to the stars, I would at least know how to do it. Earlier I said I didn't know what the switch in my life was that caused me to go this route and to try to accomplish this goal. But truthfully, it was a lack of direction in my life. I just felt like I was drifting away. I had big goals, but I just didn't have a pathway to follow in order to achieve them. So I gave myself a finish line, so I just had to find a way to get there. So that one decision to try to get my show on Netflix really opened my eyes on how to do it. And now I actually have a finish line and I know the steps I need to take and what I need to improve to actually get there. It's like in Breath of the Wild. You could go straight from the beginning to the main boss with like a stick and then beat him, maybe. Probably not though. You need to gain experience, gather more items, and become stronger and smarter. And once you put in the hours and the work, eventually you'll be able to defeat the boss. And while the main mission of the story is to beat Ganon, what we get wrapped up in is the adventure of doing so. We do all the side quests, we meet all the different people, explore all the different lands, and we just enjoy that actual journey. There's no fun in a game that you can just skip straight to the final boss. So I may not have gotten my show on Netflix right away, but the decision to take the first step into accomplishing that goal, and it ultimately is a thing that's gonna make me turn into this person I know that I can be in this industry. If you have big goals and something you want to achieve, first thing you gotta do is just take that first step. Aim to be the greatest, aim for the biggest thing, and all you have to do is find a way there. I wish you guys all the best of luck. And please don't forget to enjoy the journey. See you guys in the next one. This is gonna be really interesting. Future Matt, did you accomplish your goals or did you fail? If you failed, it's okay, you know. It happens, we're only 20. So don't try to be too hard on yourself if you failed. But I have a feeling that you did good, so you got this, bro.